today we're going to continue with our series, I Love My Church. And you love Real Connection. How many of you can say, I love my church, Real Connection?
I love my church, Real Connection.
You sound beautiful. And that's something that came out from your heart. And this is what the Bible verse, the core Bible verse for today was in John 13, 34, 35. And you read it before with our sister Sandy. And this said, a new command I give you. Love one another as I love you. So, you must love one another. By this, everyone will know that you are my disciples if you love one another. And this is the main theme as being a Christian. It doesn't say here, the Lord, that we will be known as a Christian or as a disciple if we build a bigger church. It doesn't say that we will be known as a disciple of Christ if we memorize the scripture. That something is good, but it doesn't say that we'll know as a disciple of Christ if we know by memory the scripture. It says that we will know as a disciple of Christ if we love one to another. And I'm so amazed today because I see in our service, maybe, I don't know if you notice or not, but I see two moments in our service and early when our fellow brother Dave and also Bill showed that love one to another. I see how Dave was full of love for our sister who died this morning. That means love. I see how Bill called out the whole congregation to place our hands upon John because he's suffering in pain. That is love. And that is love one to another in a practical way. We are so, the church those days, we are so into just the letters, memorize the word, but sometimes we don't notice what's happening around us when we do it in the practical way, what Christ is calling us to do. And today we see that. Today you are here also because you love the community of faith that we have here. And this is what the Lord said, loving one to another is not an option. It's a command from the Lord. He says, a new command I give you to you. There is a new command. It's not something that, remember when you have we call those, how you call this, little flowers, that you have many flowers. You say, she loves me or she doesn't love me? You remember that? She loves me, no, she doesn't love me. She loves me. And you always keep the last one. She loves me. See? And you were happy with it. Well, this is not that occasion that you say, should I love this brother or not? When I see him, my day is like a big cloud going on top of me. I try to be away from that guy. But the Lord doesn't say, this is not an option. It's a command. But what kind of really means love one to another? That will be the right question. What kind of love we need to give? What kind of love is talking about it here? Because love has different levels. Isn't that the same? If you are parents and you have two kids, and one kid said, "Mom, do you love me more than my brother?" And you say, "Okay, what can I say now here?" But inside that the love for one and for another is different. It's not like one is better than the other, but it's different. Just different because, people are different. Some other are very active, some other are very calm. Some other are people-oriented, some other are more, exclusive. But it doesn't mean that we don't love them. That's why love is a different levels of love here that we are talking about. But something that really is we can find at any level of love is a relationship. We cannot love someone where we don't have any relationship. See, you cannot say, I love that person, and you never spend time with the person. See, or you never have a moment with that in your life. That's why we fall in love with someone who we have a good relationship with. Church is about community. And we build love. We build love when we are here as a community. See? That is not the same thing if you say, oh, I'm a Christian, or should I say a radio Christian, or internet Christian, or TV Christian. See? You always being in your room or being in your phone, oh, this is nice, being in church, woo, gloria a Dios, thank God for this church. But you're never acting among other Christians. Here is when we build that love. When we say good morning, when we say how you doing, can I pray for you? There is something that I can do for you. That's when we build community. When we build those moments who attach one to another. Remember when all this little thing that we have in the wall, there was a chain one time there, and a lot of plates with names and the families, the last names. Well, that is community. That is being together one to another. That's what we build community. And church is about how their members act and feel each other. When you see your brother, when you see your sister, you have a smile in your face and say, whoa, thanks God they are here. See? Because that is important. It makes us a church being a living creature more than just an institution. Being a church means to be in a closer relationship with Jesus and our fellow brothers and sisters in Christ. Sometimes it's very easy to say, oh, I'm being in a great relationship with Jesus. I love Jesus. See, and we make a t-shirt here and we go, we can enjoy a motorcycle club with the big those letters. Oh, I'm not talking about you, Justin. No, I'm not talking about you. But it's easy to have a football jersey, say, I love Jesus, and go all over and you say, I love Jesus. Even you can make a tattoo in your arm. But when we're talking about loving one to another, this is another situation. I love Jesus, but I'm not going too far. You're asking me too much, loving one another. See? I prefer to love Jesus in my own way. But here, the Lord is telling me, if we love Him, we must need to love other people. We need to love other people. But how? How can we love other people? What kind of love we're going to give? And that reminds me when Jesus went to Peter, after he died and he was on the cross and he wasn't out of the picture, Jesus, for a whole week, and the disciple get discouraged, and Peter went back to his fishing things, and he went back with some of the disciples, said, hey, the Lord said that He's going to be here all days until the end of the world, but I see Him last Friday crucified at the cross, and I don't see Him around here. How many of you want to be fishing? And the Bible, some say, hey, I go with you, Peter, don't leave me alone. And they had a crew, and they went to fishing. They were fishing. Remember he denied the Lord 3 times when he was, before he was crucified, and maybe he had I don't know what happened in his mind. Oh, Peter, maybe, I feel bad because I betrayed the Lord, but he promised me that He will be back, and I don't see Him. Oh, I feel so bad. And then in John chapter 21 and verse 15 to 17, the Lord has another encounter with Peter, and this is what He asked Peter, and when he tried to convince him to go back and forth. When they had finished eating, Jesus said to Simon Peter, Simon, son of John, do you love me more than this? And he not only is talking about these people who were with him fishing, but being back in the back business, in the whole thing that he does. Do you love me more than what you do? Do you love me more than just hanging around with these guys? And he said, yes, Lord. You know that I love you. Jesus said, feed my lambs. When he said that, He's telling about those little child of God who just received Jesus and will be very turned, very tender in their faith. You now have the responsibility to show your love for me by taking care of this little child who need your care, who need you to work with them in order to take care of them and show their love for me. And then in the next verse, he said, again, Jesus said to Simon, son of John, do you love me? Second time. And he asked, yes, Lord, you know that I love you. And Jesus said, take care of my sheep. Take care. I will take care of that. You have some kind of problem? Oh, I will take care of that. That means he needs to be present. Do you have a problem? I will take care of that. And I take my teacher as CSP, super pastor. Yes. And say, I will take care of that. But it doesn't what Jesus means to Peter there. Jesus said, you don't have to be indifferent what the other people is passing through. You have to be aware, and you have to show that you are there for them when they need it. That is care. And also for the third time, he asked him the same question. For the third time, he said to him, Simon, son of John, do you love me? And Peter was hurt because Jesus asked him the third time, do you love me? He said, Lord, you know all the things. You know that I love you. And Jesus said, feed my sheep. Feed my sheep is not just feeding with the regular food. It's those who are hungry for the Lord, hungry in their soul and their needs. We need to be there for those who need a word of hope. Remember what I said last week? The way that I always sign up, is joy, faith, and hope. That is the words. That is the kind of love that we need to give to those who are in need. Hope, joy, and faith. And that's the way that we show that love. Those and this three Bible verse, John used two different words. One was agapas, and the other was phileo. And those are the Greek words that he used. The first one means, when he asked in chapter 21:15, asking for agapas, is that kind of the love that you have someone in your high esteem. See, someone that you have in a high esteem. Oh, I really love this person. I admire this person. He is like my hero person. That's the kind of love that Apostle John used there to refers to the words of Jesus at that moment. Do you really have your brother and sister in high esteem? And this is a question for us. Do I have all my... Look around for those who are here. Well, you don't have to do it like this now. But look around those people who are here in this congregation. When you are in your house and thinking about the church, I believe we are a small church. We don't have a 10,000 people here. That means that we can count. When we go back home, we can see, okay, let's go by road. This is what I do all the time. To see how many people we were. And I know where they sit is. Okay, we miss that family. I gotta call them. But when we make that kind of the review for the people at the church, do we have in high esteem of us? I think that's what the Lord is asking us to do. Have in high esteem our brothers and sisters. I'm really amazed how they, I really said again, they thank you, and Nico, they step up in singing and lead us in worship. This takes a lot of courage, being in front of a lot of people and singing. See, I do that too, and I'm scared. I almost sing it better, trust me, I sing it better when I take a shower. See? But they step up. They're not scared. And that is because they have you who are sitting here today in high esteem. And it's something that we need to value that, embrace that, and give thanks to the Lord for that kind of grace, and courage, and love for the Lord. And also, John used the other word as phileo. Phileo means a brotherhood, to love someone as an equal. That is very important too. When the church feels that there is not any barrier, any border, that we can embrace everyone here, even different levels of social status, different language, different color, but we see ourselves as one, a child of God. And this is important. You know, we know here because we're living in a community, a university community, and we see all those fraternities around here, Alpha, Mega Pi, and so many other sororities there too. And they practice what is brotherhood. They love each other. They have their own values, and they identify themselves because you are one of us. That's the way that Jesus said to Peter that we need to love one another as an equal. But you know, we start loving one to another when we start connecting one to another. That's why we call ourselves Real Connection Church, because we need to connect one to another. Be in community and fellowship and relationship one each another. More than we know people, more connected we are. Being connecting is not just to know their name. And sometimes we don't know the names. See? You remember the guy who sometimes preached, what's his name? Okay, the brother. Yes, the brother. Yes, the brother who always came with the red hair. Yes, the redhead brother. See, sometimes we not even know the name of our brother and sister. We need to go beyond that. And beyond that, it's making sure that no one stands alone. See, we receive our Bible, our bulletin every week. Not being alone, sometimes is to get the bulletin, and read all these prayer requests. And when you take a time in your house and bend your knee and you start praying for these people, it's because you are ensured that they are not standing alone. Even they don't know that you are praying for them, you are connecting with them because you make sure that they not being alone. You are interceding before the Lord for them here. That's why I encourage you not to just take this and leave it in your car or leave it in the chair. Take it with you and make connection with these people through your prayer. Present them to the Lord, their needs. Just in the same way that maybe your name will be there. If your name will be here, I'm pretty sure that you will love everyone pray for you. Isn't that true? Yeah. Okay, now, being in connection is connecting by prayer. We need to pray for our brothers and sisters. This is one way that we can connect with our fellows and brothers. That we are connect one another when we are engaged with the life of the community faith, when we are engaged with the church, when we defend our brothers and sisters. You know, when you hear someone talking back about your brother, your sister, or your pastor, okay? Because sometimes people do that. Then you have to step up. Say, hey, wait a minute. Hey, wait a minute. You want to tell me that? Tell me in front of my brother and sister. If you can tell me what you say right now in front of my brother or sister or the pastor, I can open my ears. But if you don't have the courage to say before then, you better don't say anything. Because I trust them, I love them, they are my brother, they are my sister, he is my pastor, and I love them. That's one way that we show our love for our brothers and sisters, by defending our community of faith. We show our faith when we are different. When we join different groups at the church, when you join the praying meetings, when you join the Bible studies, when you join the praying groups, that's it, when we start connecting one to each other. And I love God because you are doing that. You know, and this is the second part, how can we love one to another, is by serving. And I'm more than happy and glad to announce that many people approached me, and I said last week, to approach me and say, Pastor, how can I help you? And they are open heart. And just in these 3 weeks, we've been working, and we have people now who are willing to work with Kids Alive. We have, pardon me, we have people who are welcome to continue and working with missions. And you hear Sister Sandy last week telling about the project. We have people who are willing to continue working with the women's group. And we have people who say, Pastor, I will take care of the social media. I have people who are standing by and say, Pastor, we want to work. We have a Bill who, Fridays, he came for the afternoon worship team band, and he was sitting back there and said, Pastor, I want to use my abilities, I want to use my gift and help them to get better and better and better. That's what the Lord wants to serve. We have our sister Sandy working every week at the office. I have Sandy who said, hey, I'm going to continue with my library. We have a board here who make decisions for you, for this church to continue stepping up where the Lord is calling us to do. Everyone here is doing their part. And it's showing love. It is showing love one for another. And we have Paula, we have another lady from the afternoon, Carolina, and I'm trying to recruit another people today for decoration in the church. Because you like to see the church nice, isn't it? It's the temple of God too. Yes, the same way that your temple, you're trying to make it nice in the morning. See, you go to some makeup here, and put some gel, and trying to go to the gym and put in shape. You take care of your holy temple, but also this temple needs to be cared. And we have people who step up because that is serving. By serving, we say we love you. By serving, we say we love you because God is empowering us with great abilities. We need to honor God using those abilities by serving our fellow brothers and sisters. Because we here, we are real connected. We are one family. We are just the family of God. We have Thomas. Thomas already said, hey, you know, Pastor, I want to continue working with the youth. They're not going to be alone. That is showing love. Remember? Showing love is not just saying, I love you. It's more than words. It's showing by our doings. Thank you, everyone. And those who I didn't name here today, but I know that you are more than welcome to do something too. Thank you for your service. Thank you for your love. Thank you for doing what you feel in your heart. And loving one another is also by giving. You know, when you're giving, you give not because we need to, and the Bible tells us to do. When you're giving, is one indicator that you love this ministry. And you give not just money, because money is important, it's part of God is telling us to do, but also give your time and your abilities. When you do that, you say, I love this place. I love this church. My money, my talents, my time will be invested in this community of faith. And you say, I love this family. I love your real connection. This is loving one another. This is what really God wants us to do. And about giving, it's not about just something that you have to do because you are a member of the church. And this is the rules. See, this is the rules. You're going to be a member, you have to tithe, you have to offer, and otherwise you cannot be a member. Giving is about what the Bible says. It says, each of you should give what you have decided where? In your heart to give. Not reluctantly or under compulsion, for God loves a cheerful giver. Isn't that something that you give something because you love someone? It's like when you go to the store. This is beautiful. I love my sister. We love this thing. I'm going to buy for her. Hey, her birthday is coming soon. What a wonderful time. I'm going to buy this wonderful bucket for her. No, this is not true. This is not a bucket. This is something nice. See? But you buy something special for people that you love. See? When you love someone, you're trying to give the best, isn't it? See? When you don't love anyone, maybe because you're invited to a party and people maybe is not so close to you, say, let's go buy something, or some people even give money. Okay, give me a card. It doesn't say that giving a card is not love, but you don't spend time choosing the gift. You don't spend time thinking, oh, maybe this is something that he likes to do. Maybe something that he wants to spend his time. Oh, just give him money. He can do whatever he wants with the money. There's a difference between them. When you spend time, you're thinking, you know the person, you know what he likes, what he don't like, and you're trying to please that person that you love. That is make the gift special. When you invest time and love for the person. It's the same thing with the Lord. Giving money, that's fine, that's okay, but this is the basic, because this is what the Lord requires. But giving with love, giving with thinking about what can we do with that to reach other people, that's a different thing. That's the way that we think, intentional giver for the Lord. And that's the way that we love. When we give, it's not just because we need, we give because we think, oh, with this, the church continue, there's open doors, and they can reach my family, they can reach my friends, and they can continue preaching the gospel to this community. That is giving by love. And saying that, I'm going to give you a homework. Yeah, Pastor, I already passed the high school. Well, you have a homework. See? Well, first, we need to love one another. And this is our homework for next week. Okay? So, think about 3 things that you love about our church. You have to be very intentional with that. Okay, what do I love about this church? Let's think about it. And then write it down, those 3 things that you love for this church. And then pray for the opportunity to share those 3 things that you love from this church to the 3 people that you are praying already. 3 people that I've been praying already. Pastor, what are you talking about? Well, if you've been here the last 3 weeks, you know that Pastor is asking you to pray for 3 people. Remember? 1 member of your family, 1 member of your co-worker, and 1 neighbor or someone else that is not in your circle, a closest circle. And you've been praying for these 3 people to know the Lord. And I hope if they pray, if they receive the Lord, they join us here at the church. You are praying for those 3 people. Well, now, to those 3 people, you continue praying for them, but now you have to tell them 3 things why you love this church, why you stay here, why you are here today. 3 things why you love this church. And that will make you think about this place. Because this is not just an empty building. This is a place where we reunited together to worship the Lord as a one voice, as a one body, when we love one each other. That's what we're going to do. Let's read our Bible verse for today. Uno, dos, tres, 1, 2, 3. A new command I give you. Love one another as I have loved you. So you must love one another. By this, everyone will know that you are my disciples, if you love one another.